landscape and about the skyscrapers and the tallest building and all of that, but you do have some amazing people who are angels in the city. Basically, they're giving something back and they're caring and giving something back to society. I have Ruchika Kalra with me in the studio, who of course is our first City of Angels. So welcome to the City 1316 studio, Ruchika.
Hi, Meghna. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. So Ramadan Kareem, first of all.
Ramadan Kareem to you too.
And you are, by day, a trade marketing manager.
Yes.
Lekin that's not all that you do. There is something else you do on the side as well. Tell us about that.
My sister and I, we started off with an initiative called Wings of Angels, which is a social initiative that aims to make the world wheelchair friendly.
Oh, wow.
And we started off as just the both of us, but today we've been blessed. We have fantastic wingers that we call them.
Wingers, yes.
Your volunteers are called wingers. We are wingers. And we have a group of people working very closely on this, as passionate as we are, to really create the awareness and spread the word and work closely with organizations to create accessibility for people who are on wheelchair at public places, at entrances of restaurants and malls and things like that.
So basically places that don't have ramps, right, for like wheelchair accessibility. You're building ramps there, or how do you go about it?
Okay, so I'll tell you a little bit about how we started, and so that I can link it up to how do we go about it. My sister and I, my younger sister Shobika, she's wheelchair bound, and very often when we would travel outside, we would face difficulty with accessibility to a lot of places.
Right.
And there was this one incident that clearly comes to my mind. It was at a theater. We went, it was in India, and when we went to the theater, my sister had to face a lot of difficulty. People had to carry her, put her down, and the whole experience of seeing the movie was very spoiled for her. So at the end I thought, maybe I should speak to the manager. And I spoke to the manager and I told that, why don't you do something about it, build a ramp, you guys are a big brand. And he said, no, this is the first person we've seen on the wheelchair, and honestly, I don't think there are too many people on the wheelchair in India, and so it's probably because you're from outside, you're facing this difficulty. And at that point of time, now my blood was boiling. I was so angry, how can he say that? And I was really angry. But with my anger, when I went back home and I thought about it, I was like, maybe, it's not his fault, because he's not aware of the kind of issues, firstly, that people on wheelchair face, and the number of people that are on the wheelchair itself. And that's where the whole idea about Wings of Angels came about. So Wings of Angels not only works on building ramps with organizations, but I think the first and the very big task that we have on our hand right now is creating the awareness of the fact that accessibility is an issue, that and it is not very common to have a ramp, and this is something organizations should definitely take into consideration when they're building their structures or making stuff, tall buildings, all of that, right?
Absolutely. We will be of course chatting with Ruchika a whole lot more. So if aapke paas koi questions hai that you'd like to ask Ruchika, send them to us on 4005. And it's people like Ruchika that truly make us feel good. So right on that cue, Delhi Fix in Masakini, it's time for you to feel good on City 1016. Does something like a social initiative, and I have Ruchika Kalra with me, who of course by day is a trade marketing manager. Iska meaning kya bhi hota hai mujhe nahi pata, lekin what she does is an awesome thing. She started a social initiative called Wings of Angels, and your aim is to make the world wheelchair friendly.
Yes, absolutely.
So what has been the biggest challenge, let's say, so far? Because you've done quite a bit of work in Dubai, right?
Yes. So we are actually present now in 4 cities: Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Delhi and Bangalore.
Nicely done.
So we've been blessed again to have a lot of people who've taken on the responsibility and grown.
Wonderful
initiative.
Wonderful.
In terms of challenge, Meghna, when we really started off about a year back, I thought it would be a very easy thing, We'll just, write on Facebook pages, hey, can you build a ramp? And then the ramp will come up. But honestly, it's not as easy as it appears to be, just because, first of all, there are so many approvals and processes and things required, and the organizations should really see this as an important thing to them to turn it around. So finding the right person in the organization that has to be contacted and following it up from start to end has been a process that you have to get through. But what we've realized, which is fantastic, is once you get to the right person, the ramp comes about very quickly.
Because I'm thinking, logistically, इतना डिफिकल्ट नहीं है ना बनाने का, इंस्टॉल करने का.
बहुत आसान है. So you have ready-made ramps, solutions that you can just put up, or sometimes, so we've got a ramp at home, cement, gilly cement, you just put it up like, in the form of a ramp, and let it dry, and then it becomes a ramp. So, or sometimes even a wooden solution. So a solution is not difficult. It's just about, firstly, we were discussing, creating that awareness.
So how do you create the awareness?
So how we create the awareness is, of course, on platforms like today, firstly, where we can talk about it. And secondly, what we do is we have concepts like ramp days, where we meet up. So we have people who come in and we split ourselves into groups and areas. We go around the city, identify places. Then we meet the manager because it's important to identify the right person.
Correct.
Then explain the whole thing about, you need a ramp, it's an accessibility thing. The person agrees, take the number and email ID down. And closely follow up and support them till the time they get to the ramp, So there have been organizations that really want to do it, but they say, but I don't know what to put up a solution, or I might face difficulties with approvals.
So kya kare?
Exactly. So har cheez ke liye, our wingers are more than happy to support from start to end till the time the ramp comes about.
And I think simple things like, because we're not on a wheelchair, and alhamdulillah, but to get from one place to another, हमें problem नहीं होती. But to just think about कि अगर mall में है, or you're somewhere out and you see somebody in a wheelchair and you see कि सिर्फ stairs हैं around, maybe go up to them and tell them, okay, you might have a problem, let's find you another exit. Would stuff like that also help? Just being aware.
Absolutely, Meghna. So one is, of course, actively working and supporting us as Wings of Angels. But I think each and every person out there can do their bit. It's as simple as आज आप बाहर जाओ and आपको, you see stairs and you don't see a ramp. Start noticing these things.
Yeah.
Just like this, the concept of ramp day can be followed every single day by every single person. So just be aware and see around, and the moment you get an opportunity, speak to people.
Like start with your apartment building.
Yes.
Is your apartment building ramp friendly?
Yes.
Wheelchair friendly?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And apartment, office, the restaurant that you go to, you do 5 places and you've already made half the city wheelchair friendly by just talking about it to people, making them aware that, accessibility is such an important thing. Because, honestly, being on the wheelchair is not the tough bit if you think of it. The tougher bit is the fact that you're not able to access things as easily as others. And why does that happen? It's because we as a society have not been able to provide for those solutions.
That support that they really, really need.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to be talking to Ruchika about volunteering with Wings of Angels in just a bit. लेकिन उसके पहले ये वाला गाना Strings का धानी और श्रीवाजी.
With Meghna.
And Ruchika Kalra happens to be one of those unsung heroes of Dubai. Now, apart from all the malls and the tall buildings and the glass structures, we do have some amazing angels in the city as well. Ruchika Kalra is one such person. She, of course, started this initiative along with her sister called Wings of Angels that aims to make the world wheelchair friendly. So, Ruchika, tell me, if somebody wanted to volunteer for Wings of Angels, how do you do that?
Okay. Meghna, there are 2 ways people can really help out. Firstly is being an active part of Wings of Angels and being a wingier. So please reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is Wings of Angels with a Z. And let us know if you are interested.
Wings and Angels both have Z at the end?
No, it's just Wings with a S and Angels with a Z.
Okay, very good.
So Wings of Angels with a Z. So reach out to us on our Facebook page and let us know if you'd like to help. We have concepts like ramp days, which are coming up in August. So we'd really, really like you to join us on that single day. It's as simple as we meet. We'll do a little briefing session and then we'll break up into groups of 2 or 3, walk around the city, identify places, approach people, talk to them and make them aware, and then come back and celebrate it together. So it's a great platform to meet new people as well as do well for the city. So we have on 14th of August in Abu Dhabi and on 21st of August in Dubai. ramp days coming up.
Okay.
So please contact us on our Facebook page and let us know if you'll be joining in. We'd love to have you on board.
Absolutely. There were a few people you want to thank as well, right? You have a list ready.
Absolutely. No, and there's another thing I'd like to add. For people who cannot make it on the ramp day and who'd like to help out, they can just help us by joining us on our Facebook page, sharing posts. And whenever they walk around the city and they see an opportunity, please, bring it up to the managers. Another point is on organizations that feel that they need an accessibility and they probably need our support, please reach out to us. And if you're an organization that has ramp solutions, please reach out to us as well. We can always link you up with someone who's looking for a ramp. It's a win-win, absolutely. So contact us with anything around this. And I'd like to thank definitely the organizations that have supported us already. So which is the RTA, very, very active and supported us to make a lot of metro stations wheelchair friendly. AGMC, BMW, Babel, Shams, Dia. And Sumo Sushi is also currently working with us. So thank you guys. Thank you for being so helpful. And last but not the least, I think it would not have been possible without the wing gears who are actively working on this. So I literally want to list and name every single one of them who we have now quickly.
Absolutely. Big thank you to them. I mean,
big thank
without
you.
their volunteering help, really.
No,
What would you do, right?
Absolutely. So Anisha, Anaita, Ashwati, Karl, Divesh, Garima, Jijo, Hinshika, Karuna, Kevin, Mohan, Niket, Rachna, Regin, Ruben, Ritu, Rohan, Roshan, Vaibhav, Vaishak, Arjun, Abid, and Sheikh and Rohan. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you from my end as well, Ruchika. It has been such a pleasure having you here in the City 1016 studio. Thank you for all the work you do. And hopefully I will see you very soon on a ramp day.
Absolutely, Meghna. Look forward to it. And thank you so much, City 1016, because this really helps us to reach out to masses and make that change that we want to.
Pleasure. And thank you for being part of our City of Angels. Abhi ke liye, this is from Tiku Journey Song on 31016, UAE's #1 Bollywood radio station.